metal and or I should say the people of metal itself. Sorry, I'm kind of adjusting something because I have a kind of a tripod in front of my desk. So that way, you can see both my hands and my arm doesn't get sore. So that's part of it. Anyway, just like I said before, and I'll say it again, if you're in a small band and you would like to get interviewed, let me know. Make a comment. Let me know. I've been trying to get people on here. Even if you don't even have a band started and you're thinking about a concept, let me know. I'd love to have you on here so that way people know who you are, and when you do have an actual band, you'll be ready, right? Hello, how's it going? My first. What's up? Respect talk. I love that. You're so awesome, man. You are just freaking there, dude. Good evening. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I had a little fun trying to get things ready. I wanted to get a really wicked cool thumbnail, and I was having some difficulties with it, and refining it and all this other stuff. Sometimes I don't always have that ready, so I try to do that if I can, but that doesn't always happen. A lot of people think this is so easy to do. Sometimes getting things set up. Plus, I'd like to keep them. I'd like to keep my format this way, and instead of the way I am now on my phone. But what's that? Oh, I know, right? I know. Anyway, but the thing is, if I do OBS and I have the microphone that sounds better, I'll sound better on here. So, and when I'm doing interviews, it'll be sounding better too. And that's the whole thing. But anyway, like I said before, I want people that are out there that are playing music, that love metal, that actually are trying to start their own metal band. If you're not well known, even if you're not even started yet, let me know. Give me a comment. Maybe give me an email. I should have an email. I do have an email. It's the voice of metal, no spaces, just lowercase 7673 at gmail.com. Let me know. I may not get back with you right away on that, but because I don't have it quite set up yet, and I still got to get some other things going, because I'm getting closer to 500, and I definitely want to bring that up. Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. You have to have at least 50 to do it live. You can do it on OBS live, but you cannot do it on your phone, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I have another account. I'm almost there on 50, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about on that. That's just about me channel, I guess. You talk about me. But anyway, this is about metal. So I want to talk about metal and people behind the metal music industry. Basically, people that I want to interview, I want to talk to, I want to get to know. Because to me, I mean, the meet and greets are the one thing that I enjoy most. And the way I see it is if they talk to me, they might actually get more people that want to talk to them in person and pay the little extra money for a meet and greet with the band because there's a lot of things that people might not know. And this is a great way to do that. Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah. The worst case scenario, you get some videos, you put them on there, and they're not live, but at least you'll have them on there. And that's the thing. And just keep going. That's the thing. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. You don't even have a laptop, probably either. Well, yeah, I guess that's a PC. I mean, I custom built my own PC. I got this really awesome PC. I got a new cool graphics card, and it's got LED lights and everything on it. I just upgraded it, so that's part of the reason why I was having problems with OBS. I think I don't know. Um, it wasn't working right, and I don't know. But anyway, um, what am I thinking? Okay, our topic for tonight is riffs of rebellion. The tracks that strangle the silence. Which actually, I was trying to think of a catchier title for the list, and I'm hoping I did that. I don't know if I did, but who knows? Oh, see, I wanted to do that, but I wasn't sure. And the CPU that I have on mine actually is really cool because this was the first one from Intel that had AI built into the chip. I think it's supposed to help it process better and do better with graphics and stuff, and it doesn't bog it down so much. But I haven't really found out what it can do, if that makes sense. I mean, because it just released last October when I built it. I think not this October, but last October, because we've already passed this October. I mean, the one before that. So I've had, oh God, I've almost had my computer for a year now. Yeah, that's a long time. I didn't realize that. But I also got, there was another couple criteria for my PC, and I didn't realize this is my drawing display. I wanted to have a USB-C or Thunderbolt to do the pin tab type thing. You have to have that for it. And also, I didn't know there was a display that I have that's pretty much you put in the USB-C Thunderbolt connection. You can, it's a touch screen, and you connect it, and you can actually see on it, and it mimics the other screen. It's kind of like the same as my drawing display. But the thing is, now I got extra ports on my video card. So I got a bunch of HDMIs, which I actually didn't even need because of the USB-C connection does the same thing. And then there's one for my TV, one for a monitor, and yeah. So I didn't even need that for this. I thought I had to have USB Thunderbolt C and HDMI to do this, my drawing display. But apparently that one signal actually does both because it has power. But you have to have the power routed into your board for the USB Thunderbolt to actually work, because you got to have power from your what do they call it, the power, oh god, power supply, and you have to route it into it. And I was thinking, okay, why is this not working? Because it says it's supposed to work. And I realized there was another spot on my board that actually had that on there, so that way it would actually power that. And so I had to get a cord separator because I thought I had enough plugs to connect it, and it didn't work. So anyway, but I figured it out. It took a little while. It took a lot of things. Anyway, starting off with number 20, The Fullness of Time from Redemption. Now, I want you to know, so I tried to get in some things that were released recently, so these are fairly new songs. So you might not know them, I think. Well, it depends. This one says 2005. I think maybe my list got screwed up. And basically, let's see here. Redemption is the name of the band. I thought I'd put some that are bands that are supposed to be not as well known. But anyway, triumphant epic revolution, signifying that the internal struggle as a result of in total self-annihilation and resilience, which is cool. Cool stuff. Hello. Welcome. Who are the new person? I want to do liquid. I was thinking about doing liquid cooled. I forgot the liquid cooled. The reason why I didn't do it because I wasn't sure if I'd have the fan that would match with it. So I went with a traditional fan, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to mess with cleaning the power supply. I don't know how hard they are. They probably aren't that hard. You probably just drain it out. You fill it back up with the special cleaner. The cleaner slash. It's like a radiator. But plus that, and I wasn't worried about rusting it out and stuff like that. But anyway. Number 19 is The Eagle Flies Alone, is the song, Arch Enemy, 2017, which I was hoping to get something a little bit different. I guess I got the wrong list. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with it. The fierce declaration of self-reliance and adaptation of powerful yet solitary path forward. This one's, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's 18 L Defont. Savage, I think is how you say it, from Gojira, 2012, the primal, untamed surge of energy needed to complete liberation and rejection of a civilized constraint. I don't know. That's what it says. I'm kind of trying to get some stuff that kind of helps me get the list together a little bit quicker. Adama, A-T-O, Adamon. Dark Tranquil is the band, 2016, a celebration of the core self and the strength of the foundation of the individual existence standing firm against the world. There you go. Number 16 is Throne. Bring Me the Horizon, 2015, an explosive moment of realization, seizing the inner strength and proclaiming an end to the beginning, controlled. Okay? Oh no. Oh, I forgot my little tripod that I got. It's kind of like an arm, and it keeps it centered, so I won't be moving around. Plus, my arm won't get tired. because my arm was killing me the last time I was on here. I mean, my whole shoulder was hurting so bad it wasn't even funny. So you guys know. 15, the ghost of yesterday, and actually, I think that actually does help. Moving it around a little bit. I wish I had something that would be do this, it would kind of do the whole hand motion thing without and being on a tripod at the same time, which would be kind of cool. But I don't think it's going to work because people like the one guy, he there's this guy that does cars that does that on his YouTube channel. He does this, oh hey, what's up everybody, kind of stuff. Makes it really dynamic, but it's probably gets tiring on his arm. I mean, he does long videos, but anyway, he's probably used to it. Shadows Falls, the band, 2004, shaking off the haunting memories of the past to focus on the present battle of self improvement, which is really cool. There you go. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, without your help, I won't grow to hopefully, I want to, I'm hoping to have 1,000 before I get my first interview. But if I get small bands, that's cool. If I got 500 people, that's awesome because the smaller bands might say, hey, there's 500 people that may not know who I am. So, with that, with your help, that will help me hopefully get that band on here to interview because I would love to do that so much. The only thing is, I'm going to have to flip formats, though. I'm going to have to do the OBS and do like a Zoom call, unless I can do it live in person with them. That would be cool. I've been trying to do Zoom because I figured it'd be easier for me and them both. Um, and and maybe do some interviews at concerts. Who knows? And who knows? Maybe if you're around, maybe if I'm out of state, who knows? I might be there with you, and then you could do an interview with me, talk to me, and be on the channel. Who knows, right? You never know. You never know. Hard to say. Anyway, where were we at? Number 14 is Dialogue of an Overture, a Trassec, Trasseract. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, 2013, a complex, clean sung track about the interval conversation needed to overcome the inherent initiate change. I guess I don't know. I probably said that wrong. One is from Metallica. Number 13, Metallica 1988, the ultimate expression of mental entrapment, serving as a dark precursor to the desire for defiance. There you go. I think that, yeah, I guess it might be. I don't know. Because he's trapped in his own body. So maybe that's what it is. It's a mental entrapment. So, yeah, dark precursor. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Number 12 is Beyond the Realms of Death itself. Or around it's really Beyond the Realms of Death. Judas Priest, 1978, which is 5 years. 5 years before, after. Yeah, I was born in 73. So, yeah, 5 years after I was born. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, the classic depiction of the mind pushing to the breaking point, choosing spiritual escape over physical reality, that's cool, right? Is there, I got, I thought I had 3 or 4 people in here. Now they're all gone. What's up with that? Oh, yeah. Plus, also, you can see my other ring. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty cool. It's got skulls. I got this one with a skull. It's pretty awesome. I figured why not, have a little bling there to make it look cool. I don't do the piercings and all that stuff, but and the tattoos like somebody told me I should. But anyway, you never know. You never know. Number 11 is my twin is Catriana. I think is how you say it. It's Cata. Is it Catatonia? 2006 is a slow mechanical track. I still can't say that without about confronting the dual nature of the self, the painful but unavoidable other side. That makes sense. It's kind of like a twin. Maybe it's a dual, like the good versus evil kind of part of you inside. You're rebelling against yourself, which makes sense. It kind of goes with the theme of tonight's topic of a playlist. Number 10 is Blackbird from Ultra Bridge, 2007, a melodical centerpiece dedicated to a friend's loss of internal struggle, finding strength in their memory, which is cool. I like that. Sounds cool. Be an awesome song. Who knows? In Due Time, Killswitch Engage 2004. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. It's saying reconnecting. I think it's something to do with the connection with YouTube probably. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard some of this, but anyway, number 7 is The Path, Fit for a King, 2020, a raw, modern declaration of commitment to a grueling journey of acknowledging pain as a necessary for growth. I'm hoping some of the people can't come back to the channel. There you go. I'm sure Respect Talk is right here, right now with me, right? Just hanging in there. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's YouTube or my signal. Who knows? The Sound of Silence. Oh, cover from Disturbed. Now this is one that's rather interesting. The original one was really, really awesome. And the crazy thing about it is, and my mom does not like, not a big metal fan, but she loves this song. She thinks it's so dramatic. And so did the people from the original singer that did it. And it's done by Disturbed, 2015. It's a reflection of soft acoustic moment that addresses the chilling isolation of mental silence and stagnation. And yeah, and it's definitely important. I think that's one of those things that it reminds me of years ago. There was a certain individual, I'm not mentioning her name, but she probably knows who I am because she's a grief counselor, she's a mortician, and she just started her own band called the Violent Hour. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of her friend. She's done counseling, grief counseling, and this woman was depressed, as she knows, and she was a singer. I forgot her name, but anyway, she didn't realize that she was that bad off, and she ended up killing herself, suicide. And she goes, "I should have seen it. I should have seen it." And I thought to myself, it's like, if I could tell her right then and there, well, I didn't say it on live because I'd much rather do it in person, but I felt that she couldn't have seen everything. There's just no way. Even when you think you know everything, you don't always know everything. And sometimes we make not so much mistakes as it is that we try to figure things out without figuring out. We're a little, we might have seen some signs, but we didn't think about it. It's not one of those things that's like, okay, we're going to do this, that, and the other. So that's what it reminds me of. I mean, I didn't want her feeling guilty. I think she probably has gotten over that, but I felt bad when she about it. And that's something I wouldn't want with her or anybody else that I know, especially not her. But anyway, because I'm sure she was a great friend of hers. I didn't know her that well myself, but the Raven's Flight, Armon Armoth, AmonAmarth, to make sure I spell it so you can actually find it. 2019, a powerful mystical metaphor for the solitary and relentless journey through a crushing challenge, which is cool. Oh, now I lost everybody again. Anyway, number 4, this where sleep is never found. Insomnium, I think is how you say it. ISOMENIUM, 2006, Dark Midnight of the Soul, the struggle with consistent worry, anxiety, and lack of peace. Cool. Anyway, number 3 is Silvera, from Gojira, 2016, a fierce call to look inward on yourself and break free from the mental chains of society self has imposed on yourself, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure about the name being with the song, but that's what it's about. The Heartless, In Flames, 2000, the first deep dive into sorrow, feeling emotionally hollowed out by internal and external pressures. There you go. Number 1, the Siren. Protest. Oh, protest the hero. Protest the hero. Okay, I want to make sure I did that or said that right. It didn't seem right. 2016 is the beginning of the inner conflict of a beautiful yet captivating call towards self-destruction and comfort, which is really cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. That reminds me, speaking of playlists, um, I want you guys to know that actually I just got my recap for YouTube, for both YouTube and my actual playlist for music I listen to. Um, I think somebody thought I was cheating a little bit, but I was listening to that song a lot. I mean, I was listening when I was well, kind of sleeping, but not really. I did that on another account, not YouTube, but Spotify, just to help bring up the numbers a little bit to help them out. Um, um, but anyways, certain person's song is my number one song, but I listened to it at work like nonstop for over 8 hours, almost every day for a month. Yeah, and I'm sure she knows if she ever watches, which I don't know if she does, but just so you know, I forgot how many hours. It was like 43,000 minutes or something, I think is what it was. I believe I'd have to check it out. I've got the thing. I think I can share it on my channel. Yeah, the Violent Hour, um, Sick Ones. Yeah, I love the song so much. I was like, I'm gonna play this until I can't stand it no more. Which eventually, that's not so much I was sick of it. It was just more like, okay, I want to listen to something else now. But anyway, I was trying to help out. So what can I say? So I'm a big, huge fan. What can I say? Just like Machine Head. That was my other top song, or I should say, group that I've listened to during that time frame. So it's kind of cool to see that. And now I'm trying to get to where there's a thing called, like it's an AI kind of thing, where you say what you want to listen to and supposed to do it. So what I'm trying to do is find a way of playing songs from bands I know and I like, or even song. I hope to add more than just the ones I know, and songs that I've never heard from those bands I have heard, and even ones from bands I don't know. So that way I'm not keep playing the same song over and over again, because I want to hear other groups, other songs, other stuff. So that way I can actually have you guys know about them too, because that's what it's about. It's about not only knowing the bands but also knowing some of their songs too, because to me that's important. And I think even when I do get interviews, I want to try to do that. I want to keep going with the list a little bit, so you guys have something different to listen to. You don't have to listen to the same thing all the time. And this list was supposed to be newer bands, but it didn't work out because I thought I had it set up and I screwed it up. I think I was changing some things the way I usually go about doing it, and it didn't happen. So, I mean, I kind of do some research a little bit, and then I kind of plug things in here and there. So, just to get it going, so that way you guys have a little bit of more of a fresh start, and it's kind of cool to. So how are you guys doing? Anybody there that's actually got to say something? Respect talk if you're there. I don't know. It was kind of cool to have them talk to me a little bit. I like that. Sometimes I don't always talk right away when somebody says something. So be patient with me. I think there is a little bit of a delay. Um, but anyway, so if you're not subscribed and you would and stuff, or you're in a band, first subscribe. Two, like if you can. I know you hear that, like somebody said, I know you hear this all the time from all the other YouTube channels out there, but it does mean a lot to me and the channel for its growth, that kind of spiel, that kind of thing. It's kind of funny. I just watched a video the guy was talking about. So I said, okay, I'll like and subscribe. Actually, the content was kind of interesting. So I figured, I'll check it out, check out some more stuff, see what it's all about. Something I just discovered myself personally. It's about, oh, no, no, that wasn't it. That was something else. Never mind. I forgot what it was. It's something to do with, no, I find one channel that was really helpful. It was about like kind of a survival thing, but they have this like coat and gloves. They're really freaking expensive. But the one thing I liked about it, and it wasn't like over the top, but it was enough to make it, yeah, it's kind of expensive for a regular coat. But anyway, it's supposed to be a super thin material. It was developed from NASA for NASA for the Hubble, no, not the Hubble Space Telescope. It's for in space, but also the Mars Land Rover actually has it to protect the components inside, which is really cool. So because of the extreme temperatures it has, that this material actually keeps it a consistent temperature. especially when you don't have a heater and stuff like that. I don't know how it works with something that doesn't give you body heat, so I'm not sure how that works, but it might work. Maybe the components itself, there's a solar panel that charges the battery. The battery probably generates a little heat with the components inside, so that's probably why it keeps it warm, I'm assuming. But that's kind of cool. So I bought gloves because they weren't as expensive. They were still really expensive, but I figured if I can try those, see what they feel like, and they're really thin, and I can, the one thing I hate about gloves is you put them on and you can't do anything with them because they're so thick, you know. And I thought, well, I'll check it out. So that was one of the channels that I subscribe to. There's a bunch of other ones I do. There's some metal channels to a point, and my friend did tell me about one, and I forgot the name of it already. So I'll have to check it out because he said they're really big. Oh, so maybe I can learn something from them to help my channel grow. Because he talks about the music, I think. Me, I want to talk to the artists themselves, get to know them. Because there's like Heavy New York. That's one that I do know about. And he does a really good job interviewing. He talks to a lot of people, but they usually talk about the music. But I mean, I would say it's kind of like a talk show. That's what it is. But anyway, and I got 5 people watching. Anybody want to say hello? Anyway, you're on, you're live. Why not, right? Anyway, so with that said, I don't know what else to say to you guys, but oh, I forgot Megadeth, last album. I don't know if they're still selling any of the EPs right now. I haven't checked that out. But I'm sure they still have merch for the new album. There's still some new singles coming out. I can't wait for the Ride the Lightning song that they're talking about, which I don't know if you guys know about that. There is a song that's actually going to be Ride the Lightning, and I think it has something to do with because he helped write it. That it's kind of does a full circle type thing with Metallica type thing, even though I have bad blood kind of thing for a while. That I'm hoping that maybe that'll do different, a different feel, different sound, different take on the old classic because Ride the Lightning is one of like the best Metallica songs ever, and a lot of people do a lot of covers on that. And I figure there should be a Megadeth style. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if you released more than one song, at least off that album. I think it'd be awesome if he can. If he actually does do that and gets permission to maybe do 2 or 3 songs, would be awesome. I'm not sure which songs were on that one. I'm trying to remember. I know Ride the Lightning, of course. I thought Call of the Caligula might have been on that one, and I don't know about Trapped Under Ice. I think that was another. I think it might have been Kill 'Em All. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I can't remember every single track on every single song. I used to kind of know it. Now it's been a while since I've listened to Metallica, so I haven't been, metallic versed anyway. Not that I'm a huge fan. I used to be. I'm not as much. I still listen to. I still enjoy the old stuff. I'm not sure about the new stuff myself. What do you guys think? Make a comment. Let me know. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Um, I know that it's like every band. It's like even a Lamb of God. I'm not sure. The thing is, there is a friend of my sister's husband is a huge Lamb of God fan, and he always gave me a hard time about some of the bands I was listening to because they're women and this, that, and the other. But I said the women are just as heavy as freaking some of the guys. And that's what I'm trying to promote a little bit too because I think they're very valuable to the industry as far as singers and bands and things like that. And there's the Violent Hour is one all female band. It seemed like they're really talented, very great women. I think a couple of them were doing covers of Iron Maiden before that. But anyway, um, the Septus. A lot of people were kind of mixed feelings about it. A couple people thought I Don't Care from Megadeth. They had a short clip, thought it was produced by AI. Even if it was a little bit, I think refining it a little bit wouldn't hurt on one way or the other. I don't think that would be a huge detriment. And plus, if you put your own thoughts and processes into it, if you don't know how to create music or produce music, at least it give you an idea of something. You could always have it create something, help you create something that wouldn't be repeatable. And if you know how to play the instrument, you could always play yourself. You know what I mean? It'd be like create the sheet music and all this other stuff. You just refine it, get the kind of the kinks worked out, then produce a song. And then you can add your own twist, of course, right? That's what musicians do best. I think there's a lot of songs out there, and I've just recently discovered this, that there some of the songs that I hadn't heard from Megadeth. There's a few songs in there that sound a lot like other songs on certain parts of it, and there's other bands that do the same thing. So like Static X and Metallica, there's a one song that they both kind of sound like. And actually, I think Metallica actually did it later than Static X because I know the song really well because it's one of my favorites, and I forgot which one it was. Black and White, I think, is what it is. There's one Metallica song from I think Death Magnetic, I believe, that sounds awful lot alike, but it's not quite the same. And then there's also an old TV show that had one of Metallica's songs on it that they just changed the octaves, made it a little higher, I think is what it is, so it didn't sound so heavy, but it's almost the exact same song. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for subscribing, and it means a lot to me. We're almost there to 500. I'm getting awfully close, and I appreciate you guys for doing it. And if you're watching this later, please do subscribe. That helps. It means a lot. And if you're in a small band, let me know. Like I said, even if you haven't gotten it started, even if you're just working on it, let me know. I even had somebody I know that had his son that had a band, and my friend told him about my channel. And I haven't heard anything from his son or him about it at all. I mean, I see him every once in a while. I talk to him. So, well, tell him to come. Let me know. Just check out my channel, subscribe, and give me a message, and I'll try to get you on here. I mean, because that's 500, almost 500 people, more than you had before, right? Went from 7 to 0, just like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget, support your local venues, support your musicians, respect and give the guys in security the credit they're due because they're fucking freaking awesome, along with the photographers too. Did I tell you, Death Angel? Somebody accidentally hit my phone. It fell on the floor, and the guy actually went and got me my phone because I was right at the just right in front of the stage, and it fell, and I appreciate that. So if he's out there anytime soon or later on, he sees it, I want to say thank you again. I'm hoping I'll see him later at another concert, but we'll see. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Take care. Don't forget, headbang, like, and subscribe. Have a good night.